With the help of Elon Musk's company SpaceX, the people can witness that all it takes to be number one is dedication and hard work. In recent weeks, SpaceX has launched another of its satellites, called Starlink, into orbit. It was on this subject that Elon Musk and representatives of his company revealed some of the company's goals. With these goals, the customers are assured of the safety and transparency of data sharing. So, are you excited to know more about it? Then, switch this video to full screen and watch this video till the end. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Tech Universe. Before starting, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to get more updates on the space and tech world. That being said, let's begin. In spite of NASA's concern, SpaceX says it has significant resources it can use to ensure Starlink exceeds best practices when it comes to sustainability and safety. As part of a new update published to the company's website on February 22, SpaceX outlined sustainability and safety protocols for its Starlink internet satellites on Monday, Feb 28, as the company tries to sign up tens of thousands more of the satellites to its fast-growing mega constellation. The SpaceX update comes at a time when NASA has expressed concerns regarding the impact of bringing more Starlink satellites into place. NASA is concerned about Starlink internet satellites, which have been criticized previously for accelerating the rate of near collisions, which affect the International Space Station, and for obscuring astronomical observations due to their brightness. However, in this new outline, SpaceX deals with the first concern, the collisions and debris, in more detail than ever before. With this new statement, SpaceX reaffirms its commitment to maintaining a healthy and safe orbital environment, to safeguard human spaceflight, and to keep the effect on the environment as small as possible for future missions, including those to Earth orbit and beyond. SpaceX's lengthy update includes its approach for current and future Starlink launches, which includes high maneuverability, open data sharing with other space companies, agencies, and authorities, and a collision avoidance system that will be used as a last resort in the event of an in-space collision. According to SpaceX, the following are SpaceX's key practices for our Starlink. 1. The objective of the project was to design and build highly reliable, maneuverable satellites that are proven to have an excellent reliability of more than 99%. 2. Operating at low altitudes, below 600 kilometers, 372 miles, so that any persistent debris is avoided, even in the unlikely event of a satellite failure in orbit. 3. Inserting satellites at low altitudes in order to verify their functionality before raising them into their on-station/operational orbit. 4. Sharing the orbital information with other owners/operators of satellites in a transparent manner. 5. Developed an advanced collision avoidance system for making effective decisions when faced with dangers that exceed safe limits. As part of this constellation of satellites, SpaceX will lean on advanced technologies such as intersatellite optical or laser communications to enable these best practices, the company explained in the update. Additionally, SpaceX urged other operators to join them in practices such as sharing orbital data and keeping key government stakeholders updated, including, for example, the Federal Communications Commission (FCC), which oversees telecommunications activities in orbit. The team stated SpaceX continues to innovate to accelerate space technologies, and we are currently providing much-needed internet connectivity to people all over the globe, including underserved and remote parts of the world, with our Starlink constellation. SpaceX pointed to other factors that make Starlink an adaptable system in its eyes, including a very low failure rate, 1%, and a policy of deorbiting satellites deemed to be at risk of failure. It also pointed to special shields and battery equipment designed to reduce the possibility of micrometeorites or battery failures causing catastrophic issues. Additionally, the deorbiting of all satellites is carried out within 4 weeks after the end of a satellite's operational life. Due to solar activity temporarily increasing the density of the Earth's atmosphere, SpaceX carried out a launch on Feb 3 that caused the satellites on board to be destroyed. A SpaceX spokesperson stated the company's satellites are placed in a low orbit so that rare situations like these could allow the satellites to be quickly and actively deorbited using the thruster or passively by atmospheric drag. In addition, the company also requests that the FCC change its standard for deorbiting from 25 years to a much shorter timeline to reduce the risk of orbital debris. Additionally, the company mentioned data transparency practices that other operators should follow, such as sharing orbital parameters on spacetrack.org and submitting routine system status reports. To the FCC's, that consider recent orbital maneuvers in order to reduce collision risk. It is estimated that satellites will plan avoidance maneuvers for conjunctions if there is a probability of more than 1 out of 100,000 of colliding, 10x lower than the industry standard of 1 out of 10,000. The company says when planning a maneuver for any conjunction, the satellites take care to avoid inadvertently increasing risk for other conjunctions above the same threshold. The SpaceX says it does this automatically by using onboard systems, but it also has operators available at all times in order to coordinate and respond to questions. The company added, in addition to collision avoidance maneuvers, Starlink satellites can autonomously duck for conjunctions, orienting their attitude to have the smallest possible cross-section, like the edge of a sheet of paper, in the direction of the potential conjunction, reducing collision probability by another 4 to 10x. Although satellite technology is extremely costly to deploy, it offers high-speed internet access to people who live in rural areas or hard-to-reach areas where fiber optic cables and cell towers do not reach. Technology such as this could also serve as a critical backstop in case hurricanes or other natural disasters disrupt communications. Although SpaceX acknowledges that its satellites have come close to major hardware, including the International Space Station and the Chinese space station Tiangong, it says that its collision risk system has been checked with NASA's Conjunction Assessment and Risk Analysis (CARA) program under a Space Act agreement with NASA. SpaceX said it works directly with NASA and receives their maneuver plans so as to stay clear of their current and planned trajectory, including burns. The company stated, China does not publish planned maneuvers, but we still make every effort to avoid their station with ISS equivalent clearance based on publicly available ephemerid's orbit information. However, NASA has expressed concerns over SpaceX's new Starlink satellites. The agency has expressed concerns regarding the possibility of a significant increase in the frequency of conjunction events and possible impacts to NASA's science and human spaceflight missions. The agency wrote in a letter submitted to the Federal Communications Commission in February as SpaceX requested permission to add 30,000 more Starlink internet satellites to space as part of a Gen 2 Starlink system. The agency added, NASA wants to ensure that the deployment of the Starlink Gen 2 system is conducted prudently in a manner that supports spaceflight safety and the long-term sustainability of the space environment. However, the decision to approve SpaceX's Gen 2 system is still with the FCC. Apart from that, there have also been concerns raised by other operators, including Amazon's Kuiper, which are complaining about the way SpaceX is dominant at low Earth orbit. SpaceX's recent update comes in the wake of NASA's recent concerns regarding the impact of adding more Starlink satellites to the system. In a letter to the Federal Communications Commission, NASA expressed concern over the possibility of a significant increase in the frequency of conjunction events and possible impacts on NASA's science and human spaceflight missions. NASA notes that there are currently 25,000 objects tracked in orbit, about 6,100 of which are below 370 miles in diameter. NASA said that SpaceX's second generation, Gen 2, expansion would more than twice the number of tracked objects in orbit and more than 5 times the number of tracked objects below 600 kilometers. The company said in a recent update, addressing concerns from NASA and others, that it was founded in order to revolutionize space technology as a means to make life multiplanetary, something Musk has previously claimed several times. Along with being a major provider of launch services for other satellite operators, and the only commercial company capable of delivering astronauts to the International Space Station. SpaceX also has its own large constellation of satellites, Starlink. The firm said SpaceX has demonstrated this commitment to space safety through action, investing significant resources to ensure that all our launch vehicles, spacecraft, and satellites meet or exceed space safety regulations and best practices. Pretty amazing, right? Anyway, what do you guys think about this constellation? Tell us in the comments. And that's it for the day, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace.